No chances from standing there in place from the Father of creation. Yeah, yeah. One love, one together and be Lord. I'm seeing to my God. That's in the Lord. Be Lord. Let's get together. Be Lord. Be Lord. That's in the Lord. Be Lord. Let's get together. Be Lord. Be Lord. No chances from standing there from the Father of creation. Yeah, yeah. One out of one. Let's get together and be Lord. I'm seeing to my God. That's in the Lord. Be Lord. Let's get together. Be Lord. Be Lord. Together. Yes, and let me say good night to our many listeners. Welcome to the Workers' Voice. Tonight with me, you have the Honorable Dr. Thompson Fonkin, political leader of our party, the United Workers' Party. Yours truly, Glenroy Coffey, will be hosting tonight. And we expect someone else to join us. When he becomes available, we will actually introduce him. But tonight, we are here. Thank God for life. Thank God for good health. And thank God for a blessed Dominica. Tonight we'll be reviewing some of what transpired in the week. Yesterday's event, particularly, we had the CBI matter. We have some good news for you, or you may have heard, but it is worth repeating. We know we had that Salisbury saga going on. We need to make sure that we always, give support and solidarity to our fellow brothers and sisters of Salisbury. They have stood up through thick and thin, and to ensure that they preserve their culture of hard work. And they deserve respect, like every other Dominican deserve respect. And sometime later, if we have time, we may have to play a clip where the political leader and some other persons were involved in some regional news exchange so that you could get some ideas to what transpired. So let me say good night to Rosa Central. Well, I was under the weather. First of all, excuse me for my rustic voice because tonight it's not of the best voice. Not of the best tone because I was at the gathering yesterday and I was on the gas like everybody else, but some of us immune system probably stronger than others, and so maybe I was one of the weakest amongst those who were present, and my immune system probably got a little affected, and my throat as a result is scratching. But nonetheless, I'm not making excuses. The important thing is that the point is made that, we have to represent and to make sure we preserve our democracy and to stand for what we want and to stand as Dominicans under the Constitution that guides us and protect us. That is the supreme law, the Constitution, and that's what we live by. And so let me say, thank God for this. So in review of what has transpired yesterday, we first of all would like to, commend and congratulate those of who turned out and those who were there in spirit with all of us. It was a Dominican effort, and we've witnessed so many things happen, and the onslaught on innocent standing assembled protesters assembling for their right just to demonstrate forcefully with their voices that look, we need certain things to be considered in the Electors Act, the new legislation, and so everyone gathered had his or her right to be assembled, and you saw the infringement on the rights of many innocent citizens by the police, and by the way, the police have their work to do, and people have their work to do and respecting the law, and I see most of the time that we were assembled, that the law was fully respected with respect to the people gathered. And at some point, things may have gone, some way unexpected. However, I think too, based on even in tonight, I was discussing with one of my St. Lucian counterparts, a police good friend of mine, and he's of the view that even the reaction of the police, he himself being a police, that he suspect, and in his own view, that even the tear gas and the rubber bullets that were heard in the background and the tear gas that was seen was something that could have been averted, that could be at a later stage should things escalated. So it was like a preemptive strike to, disperse people. And I think the police must start using their discretion because they had members of families, I'm sure, taking part in the assembly, and I think they ought to exercise caution with respect to how they treat citizens, because one of these days too, yes, you are a law enforcement officers, but tomorrow you'll be retired and will be part of the citizenry, and still is part of the citizenry, and you'll expect when your rights have been infringed upon and you are fighting for it and standing up for it, that you expect people to respect it. So you must really consider. And to those who risk their life out, come out and demonstrate, when we say hats off to you, we are in solidarity with you. And for those who are in the possession of right now in the police custody, we pray for your guidance. We're supporting you. And I know that we had one of our attorneys, Ronald Charles, visited, some of the cells and was actually, doing what he has to do as an attorney and giving good representation to those who were arrested. And I think that is part of the support that people need when they're in time of need. And so that is the kind of response that we ought to offer in times of crisis. And so for those who came out, we really want to thank you for the support and thank you for the good work that you did. As it relates to the people of Salisbury, we know that you have been under attack, Salisbury, and at all times you have been calling for respect. And it seems to me that those in authority seem to want to think that they own Dominica. They can tell people how they want. They can speak down to people and do not, compromise in any way to have a proper dialogue and to create that kind of community policing and community connection with the police. And I think the police is just jeopardizing all their chances to be good friends in the various communities around the islands. But if you want people to help you and if you want people to be on your side, you have to treat people as human beings, not as animals. And so when people see highest level of police brutality in our country, it begs one to question what kind of training has the police, gotten over the years, and how it is that they can actually improve on how they deal with certain situations, especially when it comes to protest action. And so we are all Dominicans at the end of the day, and we want to respect the rights of all, even the police, but the police too must understand, and the government must be transparent with the people. Don't play innocent as if nothing was done, and don't come and talk about unanimous support in the House as if that everything is perfect with the bill. Not all is well with the bill, notwithstanding what transpired in the House. And we must be real about it. And people who trying to chastise those who stood up must stop it, because they're not doing it for themselves. They were doing it for everybody, and they're doing it for every one of you who sometimes are unable to show your faces. But some of us who can do it, we do it. But in all ways, we have always been talking about respect for law and order. And that is what we'll preach. We do not condone violence. We have never been doing that. And we'll stand in solidarity with the people of Dominica, because the government must listen too. You must listen. How can you want to register someone or reconfirm someone on an address they don't have? Does that make sense to you? So all these things are things that are concerning the people of Dominica. Campaign financing. We have been talking about it. There's no need to go over it again. So Dominicans, you will have your say tonight, and you will call in at a point to have your say, because this program, as we say, we do not have all the answers, and we want it to be highly participatory, and without your participation, I don't think we'll have a program. So good night, Dominicans. Good night to our executive. Good night to all those who are listening. Good night to the hardworking people. We are all Dominicans, Laborites, Freedomites, UWItes, whatever you want to call people. Yes, we may have our political differences, but when it comes to a country, I think we will stand in solidarity with each other to ensure that the laws that are enacted and to govern us are done in the right way, and to make sure that people abide. But for people to abide, you have to educate them on matters, concerning their lives. And elections, as we have always said, have consequences, yes. And that is why we have to do things right from the start, so that when we make changes to our constitution or the Electors Act, that it reflects, the genuine will of the people. So, without ado, I think we have a caller. Sorry if I take all the time, but yes, it's your time. Good night to you. I just wanted to give a preamble. Good night to you. You are on, caller.
Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah. Do you all know that Salisbury still getting peggy at all now?
Well, that is what we expected. That is the call we're expecting, and we
so
just.
Why Salisbury alone should be standing? Why Salisbury alone should be standing? Why can't we stand with Salisbury? I just came from Salisbury right now. All my eyes burning me.
Yes.
Why is that time of the night Salisbury people cannot sleep? They cannot rest, and we all just drinking, enjoying ourselves, talking nonsense. Why can't we go and help Salisbury?
Yeah.
Why Dominica one-sided like that? Trust me, I'm very pissed off right now.
Yes.
Nobody can think of sleeping tonight, and we happy out there.
Yes.
Why don't we have to be like that? If we start something, we have to finish it for the betterment of our country. So we is in problem right now. The people is on the roadside lining up, waiting to go on Salisbury, sending tears in Salisbury now, and we just talking.
Yes, thanks, caller, and I'm happy that you were able to communicate with us and to let us know what is happening. Again, if we don't have that form of medium, we would not have known, and it's just sorry to hear. So, Dr. Fontaine, you hear what is happening. We're just having the opening remarks, and yes.
Yes, indeed. So I've been trying desperately to reach Mr. Sparks John and the other individual I've been talking to throughout the day who've been updating me. I'm waiting to be able to speak with them so we can update the people on what is happening. But it does appear as if the barrage of tigers has restarted, as this last caller indicated, and the assault continues. I don't understand this. To me, you use tigers to disperse people.
Right.
If the people are dispersed, why do you keep pumping tigers into the village?
And why that time then?
And these are serious human rights abuses that have been committed, it would seem to me, by these individuals. And as I said, we have to find a way to make sure that those things don't happen. And it's very sinister as well that these police officers, the roads were blocked from very early in the morning. They waited until the evening time to descend on Salisbury. So that tells me that there are sinister motives.
Right.
And anyway, that's all I'll say for now.
But
it does appear to me that something does not seem all right about
caller?
The behavior of these.
Yes, caller. Good evening to you.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Yes, I am calling from Salisbury, and I'm so disappointed that every time we have a situation like that, it's only Salisbury village alone that can stand. No other village will stand with Salisbury. Okay, let's say you block road. You block by Salisbury. What about another area? Do something. What about a third area? Every time Salisbury on their own. I think it's not fair to us. Bye-bye.
Yeah, thank you for caller. Thank you. And we feel your pain. And there's another call. Yes, caller, good evening.
Good evening, sir. I can see your voice sounding a lot better.
Yeah, thank you.
I didn't know there had people in the cell. What are the people doing in the cell? And why, if we knew that, why would we not stand in solidarity with these people? I hear that there tonight. I didn't know that was happening. That happened. And because of the protest yesterday, the people in the cell. We should be standing outside there in solidarity with them today.
Yeah, but what happened is that now some of them will move to Grand Bay, so we don't know how many in Grand Bay, and then the event happened in Roseau, but most of them were in Grand Bay. So, yeah, so one of them.
Yes.
One of them. Well, the first impression we got is that a number of them were placing Grand Bay. But yes, that you are making a point, and we're not making excuses for that.
Okay.
We should have people in solidarity standing outside. Yes.
I mean, we tried our best to spread that information. I've been doing that for the entire day today via social media. We have also ensured that they get legal representation.
That's most important.
It's very critical at this time, and in that regard, let me thank Ronald Charles for being out there. In fact, he was at the police station up from about 4 o'clock this afternoon, and he finished just before 8 o'clock. Just before we came on for this program, I spoke with him. He had just finished, but the beauty of it, he had just finished in Roseau, and he was going to be heading up to Grand Bay to speak to the other individuals and to ensure that things are put in place. So what the problem is that, and let me just say as well, because people were concerned about the injury that Ballo suffered. We are very much concerned about that. Ronald, when he went there yesterday, insisted that he see a medical doctor, that he be taken to the hospital. The police did take him to the hospital, and he was examined last night, returned to the cells. Ronald told me that both individuals are in high spirits. The two individuals were in the cells in Roseau in high spirits. The expectation now is that tomorrow they should be released tomorrow, because that will be at the end of the 72-hour period. They were interviewed today, only this evening. They were interviewed in the presence of attorney Ronald Charles.
Very good work, Ronald.
And we expect that they will be released tomorrow, possibly on bail. It depends on how they decide to charge them, if they decide to charge them. And then the other individual who was picked up and is in Grand Bay, Ronald Charles, is going there tonight. Hopefully we get an update before we end tonight's program. So as far as we know, there are 3 persons who have been arrested. I'm not sure if there were others in Grand Bay, but what I can confirm is this one individual in Grand Bay and the 2 in Roseau, including the one that was injured and the one that we saw in this very dramatic video that was taken. So we are, in fact, very much on top of these individuals, and of course, we would like the public support when in those times to stand with them. But we assured them that the people of Dominica are fully behind them and ensuring that they get the very best legal advice at this time, which is crucial to get them out. And I keep asking Ronald to try very hard to get them out today. He tried his best. He was not successful. And the police are using this 72-hour rule to keep them for an extra day. All right, let's go back to the telephones.
Yes, good evening, caller.
Good evening. I'm calling from Houston. What the last caller from Salisbury call was saying is so right. Why is Salisbury in a problem right now? People from St. Joseph, people from Kulibi Street, people from Portsmouth, they got right on people. Because if they a signal band was playing down there, a free jam, Salisbury should be packed. So why are not Dominicans traveling to give legal drive and go and stop the people in Salisbury? Why Dominicans are so coward?
Yeah, thank you, caller. And we again say we're in solidarity with the Salisbury people. And we can only say we wish everything the best. Next caller. Caller, good evening to you. You're on.
Good evening, gentlemen.
Good evening to you.
I agree with what Salisbury is saying now. We all should be stand up with Salisbury, no matter where it is, wherever we should stand with Salisbury. I call him from La Plaine, and I was just talking about that tonight. Salisbury alone, we have to do something all over. Now is the time, you know. We will be saying, when is the time? Now is the time, now is the time. But now is the right time, you know. You know, we have to block all over. We have to put fire all over. We have to stand up, you know, now. You understand? Enough is enough. Enough is enough. Okay? We should be serving with Salisbury. Okay, good evening. Right.
Okay.
All right.
Is there another caller? Mm-hmm. Yes, caller, good evening to you. We just got news about Salisbury, yes. Mm-hmm.
Of course, can the man that get that sack from that wicked policeman and throw him down for no reason? What happened to that man?
Well,
Yes.
yes, the doc, we do
Yeah,
have some
he's
information.
the one I've been talking about, Balo. He's the one that is in the cells right now.
In the cell for what? What did that
Yes.
man do to be in the cell?
Based on the interview, they are saying that they want to charge him with throwing projectiles. That he was one of those throwing projectiles at the police.
He was what them throwing projectiles at the police. What the police was doing inside and that too. Hit the man that slapping his head.
Yes, and that's a serious problem. And this particular video.
The man fall down, you know.
Yeah,
I can't
yeah.
hear hit the slap.
Boy, that is something else. You know.
I hope that man has sons to stand up for him. That is what I want to happen. Bye-bye.
Yeah, have a good night.
All right.
Yeah, so Dave, you in studio here. We have Mr. Davis George versus tonight, this evening, and we welcome you to the program tonight. And you had your own experience observing what is happening as we assembled by the People's Park yesterday. Well, way outside the park from the Parliament. Give us your assessment. Good night to you, sir. How are you? You look all right. Am I saying the right thing? But you and what Salisbury did too, so you can just because this is not a laughing matter. I just wanted to just bring some joy. My fruit not in the best of health because of the same gas, but you and what is happening.
Yes, I want to say good night first and foremost to Doc, you.
Yeah, thank you, man.
Studio.
Yeah.
And also my constituents,
Right,
from Paybush to Kalibishi,
Right.
Benz, Ansdemi, and Sola. I know Mr. Ostry, his radio is glued there right now. Augustus Ostry in Kalibishi, right? So you know him.
I know him.
Right, his radio or his television is glued there right now. And I just want to say, it is very sad. It is a sad day in Dominica what I saw happen by the Fortune Hotel area. Yeah, because when people are standing up for their rights, bro, people have to do it properly. You understand what I'm saying? We have to stand up when we are grieved at certain things that is happening. People have to stand up. And I don't think the police really handled the matter. I don't think the police really handled the matter properly. Because if properly trained the policemen, that thing would never happen.
Yeah.
You understand? I see police just sending stones widely. Where it going? Where are the stones going? Yes, it's true. Maybe whoever aggravated it, then the protesters they send some stones, but for the police to send back at them, you understand what I'm saying? And when I hear the minister for security speaking this morning, it sickens me in my stomach, man. These people are not children. When you're passing laws in the country, it's for people. You understand? It's for people and nobody is above it. So I am saying what went on there yesterday, my bro. We cannot allow those things to happen from the police standpoint again. You understand?
Yes.
Yeah.
And just as we're saying that, we are in tonight because since morning we understood that, there was a roadblock in Salisbury, and since morning and then went on in the afternoon, and the same minister who spoke since morning, said that, or the night before, said that they will unblock the road.
Right.
Now you'll unblock the road. You had 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 8 hours. After 12 hours in the night time, that's the time you're going to burst tear gas in Salisbury.
Yeah.
Again, no respect for the elderly. No respect for the children.
Yep.
What tactical approach is this? And that is an abuse. Doc, do we have a call? Let's take this call, the calls tonight, because it's a serious matter. Good evening to you, caller. You are on.
Hello?
Caller, yes. Good evening. You are on. The worker's voice.
Hi.
Yes, good night.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, very clearly.
You can hear me clearly?
Clearly.
Okay.
Go ahead. Yes.
You can hear me.
Don't listen to yourself. Just speak because we are hearing you. Do not listen to yourself. Just speak. We are hearing you. You're coming through nicely.
Okay, for some reason I can't hear you clearly though.
Well, go ahead. You're all right. Just speak.
Okay, this is. I'm sorry. So this is Giselle.
Oh, Giselle, good evening to you. How are you?
Hi.
And let me
I
say,
I am not well right now
I know
because
because I know you
I
just
am
lost your
listening.
mom. Yes.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. But I am listening to what is going on in Salisbury right now. I was headed to Salisbury this afternoon and
Yes.
I walked through the police holding in place, waiting to attack Salisbury Village. I mean, waiting, just waiting with battle gear on, with guns in their hand. And I screamed at them. I said to them, why are you doing this to Salisbury? Why are you doing this to Village? Because people up there, they're children, they're elderly people, and you're just holding in place, waiting to attack our people, literally for standing for their rights. And it's amazing to me because somebody said earlier, why aren't other Dominicans standing with Salisbury? I went up to Carib territory yesterday, to Kalinabo territory yesterday, and I had a woman say to me, oh, we love people from Salisbury because they're standing for what's right. But at the end of the day, who's down there now in the village getting tear gas on them? Our young people, our old people, our children. It's the people of Salisbury. Like, where are our leaders? How is it okay that Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerritt can get away with this? Why isn't he calling the police right now to say to the police, stop this attack of the village of Salisbury? Where are the people like Mia Motley who are speaking on international stage talking about human rights, and she's helping Skerritt to violate the rights of our people? All of these people are talking right now about how Salisbury is being strong, but at the end of the day, these are the people who are getting attacked. These are the people who are getting damaged, and who is going to help us? That is what we want to know. I cannot get in contact with Hector John right now. He can't pick up his phone. He's trying to figure out what is going on in the village. Are our people okay? Who's first? Like, how is this okay? I am literally sitting in my house right now in Dominica, and the crazy thing is, there are a lot of people who support the Skerritt government who try to, I don't even know what, who try to gaslight us, telling us, oh, these things are not happening. I had a senior person in Dominica tell me, oh, this is a narrative that is being basically sold by the people of Salisbury. A narrative sold by the people of Salisbury. Right now, Salisbury is being attacked by the police. I walked literally, physically through the police holding today. And people want to tell me around Dominica is a narrative being told by the people of Salisbury. Who is going to stand for us? Who is going to support us? Who is going to save the people of Salisbury? We're physically getting attacked by the police right now. I mean, we don't know what to do. Those of us who live in the diaspora, and I live in New York, but I am here in Dominica right now. Dominica is my island. Salisbury is my village. These are my people.
Right.
What are we doing, Dominicans? What are we doing? What are we doing? This is not okay. Dominica is not China. It's not a police state. What are we doing?
Yes, and
Sorry, this is all I have to say. I'm
yes,
sorry.
thank you, Giselle, and we feel your pain, and I know that you when you were born in Salisbury, your parents were from Salisbury. I know you lost your mom recently, and we want to condole with the family again. We want to extend condolences to you and the extended family. And so we know what you feel in you. I know you're visiting, and you have always been contributing back, not only just to Salisbury, but to Dominica. So we feel the pain, and we are with solidarity with Salisbury people. And Doc, as we're talking about, yes, that Salisbury matter, I think we should really take a break to play this song. I just was trying to get that song. I just really, because we in a sort of solemn kind of mood there tonight. Let me see if I get it. Yes, a caller, you are on, caller. Caller.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Yes, I think it's time we, like the last caller said, for Mary got Fukule everywhere to join Salisbury people and give them support. You don't have to go down there, just do what you have to do in your area and give them the kind of support they have. Because what I see the police doing there is not policing, my brother. That is police that they're like to just brutalize the people. So that has to stop. So everybody has to give support down. You cannot go down there, do what you have to do in your area. Thank you.
Another caller? Caller, good evening.
Blessed evening, gentlemen. And I am listening to this, and my heart is breaking because this should not be going on in Dominica. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Yes, very, very loud.
Right. And I want to echo that. It doesn't matter. I'm like almost in tears. It doesn't matter what color you represent as far as politics. Dominica is for everyone. Whatever laws are passed are going to affect everyone. And as a citizen of Dominica, to hear of such things happening right here in our little island, that should not be condoned whatsoever. And I am condemning the police for trying, because even watching what went on yesterday when there were mostly seniors out there, and for the police to be sending tear gas out there into the crowd with these seniors, I didn't see anyone coming at the police, attacking the police. Yes, you're supposed to be protecting and serving, but I see police throwing rocks into the crowd. What if it hit an innocent person? There is supposed to be a certain decorum that police officers need to have. Okay? You cannot go on being gangster against the people like you're a gangster. You are the police, and you're supposed to handle things accordingly, not throwing tear gas into a crowd with mostly seniors that probably have respiratory issues, that probably have heart conditions, that probably their children, I thought there were children there in their uniform, and you're throwing tear gas into the crowd. Every Dominican should be speaking out against what occurred, what is going on this evening in Salisbury. That should not be condoned. And at this hour, like the roads were blocked, you could have gone and do what you needed to do in daylight. Why are you waiting for the evening time when families are home, children are home from school, that you have tear gas? Do you know the effect of tear gas on people? You know? And then for our ministers, for our government to sit by and do nothing. And I'm very careful from someone who studied the law and what I say out there. But Dominica is for everyone. And Salisbury should not be in this by themselves. They should not be. Every politician, every citizen should be speaking out against what's going on right now. If you have to arrest someone, make sure you have your warrant. Get your warrant, go arrest who you need to arrest. But you cannot just on a wide whole spread, just go and spread and spread tear gas into a community that is going to affect even the innocent. Even the innocent people, the children, the elderly, that's who it's going to affect. And I see people are silent. And that's the thing with Dominica, you know. They're not holding people accountable. We are not consistent in the things we say. And what is it? Tosho, toflam, everything is happening. And then all of a sudden, everything goes quiet. And everything goes on as usual.
Yes. Thank you.
Yes, it should not be so. It should not be so.
It should
we
not
have
be
a
so.
right. As a citizen, you have a democratic right to stand up and protest if you don't agree with someone. I don't condone violence, but you have the right to go out and protest. The government house is the people's house. You can go in there and you can speak your piece without violence and say, I disagree with what is going on, and not be assaulted by the police. I don't condemn violence, but at the same time, the police needs to know how to handle the citizens, how to handle the community. And that should not be. Police are not bulldogs. They are not gangsters. And that's not how you should deal with people. And again, when we talk about community policing, this is not how you police your community. Like, really, Mr. Blackmore, I'm a citizen here. You may come looking for me. But this is not how. This is not okay. This is not okay.
Yes, so we got the message. Thank you very much.
Okay, more callers.
Yes, more callers. Caller.
Yeah. Good evening, gentlemen.
Good evening, sir.
I just want to quickly remind that lady that some of the statements that Mr. Skerritt's lawyer made, we're going to come after you like Obama went after Al Qaeda. Mr. Skerritt himself made the statement of, we'll tell them when they come on Skerritt's step to move there because you throw hot water on them. All these statements that were made, and they seem to be implementing them. Good evening.
Yes, and yes, as we say, there's one great man. Okay, yes. Caller?
Yes, good night.
Yes.
To take it to where the lady left out there, do you guys know that Dominic was open yesterday? The restaurant below close to Dominic was open yesterday. Fort Young was open yesterday. An innocent person could just be going about their business that have nothing to do with the protest. The way that the policeman, and that's the same police, I don't know if you guys see when the bus drivers were protesting in some Kenfield, the same police that was kicking down the gentleman on the ground. It's that same police that was picking up the rock. And when Mr. sending that in the crowd, you are vengeance, man. Like, I can never be policing, my brother.
But that is not policing, like, boy, that's sad, man.
Because even Turkey Lane is a residential area. Turkey Lane there is a red guys where their name the Christian live. And that other man that used to be in government before. And in the time of Virginia Charles.
Mr. Southwell.
The people there, that's where they live. Where the tear gas was directly going in the people's veranda. There's a residential area. And them police there is police that have no common sense or they just not train for policing. Because if you train in combat or in protest or in demonstration, that's not the way you will behave. To actually, as a policeman, the crowd sending rock to you. You picking up the rock and send it back in, and I tell you, Dominic open. The restaurant below Dominic, they're open. An innocent person could be just going in there about their business, have nothing to do with the demonstration, and could just get a cool wash, just like that. Because of one police, that police stupidness. Gentlemen, something has to be done.
I also witnessed
Well, caller, that stone found the windscreen of Dave, who is on the program tonight. His windscreen was shattered by that stone from the police.
Right. Yeah. Yes, caller. Good evening.
So,
yes, sir.
Boy, all the man are speaking in truth now, boy. What do you think that could have solved be taking all these targets tonight if at all they get in the targets? If that is true.
I mean, if that is true.
If that is true. You don't know that it's true? Have you done your research before you call to say that it's true? Have you confirmed? Are you not hearing people just call crazily and say that tear gas is happening and all that? What could have caused that? No, let me tell you guys.
We have another caller.
Caller, good evening to you, caller. Good evening, caller. Hello, good evening. I'm hearing you. We are hearing you clearly.
Good night.
Good night, sir. Good night.
Good night.
Good night. Good night.
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
I'm hearing you.
Yes, sir.
Hello. Okay. Yes, and I saw live.
We have another
caller.
Good night, gentlemen.
Good night.
Good night. I'm talking from Dinner Others in the studio.
Yes. Thank you. Good evening, sir.
Yeah. What is said to be a lesson taking place in Salisbury this evening is police brutality. It has to be called as that. If the road in Salisbury was blocked from last night and into the day today, any reasonable government and security force interested in protecting the lives of the people of Dominica and making sure there is law and order would, and reasonably so, move into Salisbury in the daytime to ensure that the road is cleared. The police has the capacity to do it. The government knows the police has the capacity to do it, and they should have done it. And if they have no wait for the darkness to go and do what they are doing, this is police brutality. It is criminal activity, and we must call it as it is. It is criminal activity. And from my point of view, the situation that is in Salisbury right now, it is only reasonable that the organizers of yesterday's activity, the ERC, and those who belong to the ERC, the United Workers' Party, the Freedom Party, and all the other organizations, to call on Dominicans to tell them that they have the right to provide support against police brutality for the people of Salisbury. This is wrong. They can come for me if they want to. This is wrong. You do not do that. You cannot provoke the people to that level. The responsibility of a government is to take care of its citizens. When the citizens go wrong, the law and order provides for you to use that law and order to correct it. But what's happening in Salisbury, to go after the people in darkness, it's calculated. It's calculated to harm the people, and it is wrong. And I see nothing wrong in you people, in the studio, to ask and to call on the people of Dominica who can and assist the people of Salisbury in that situation. Once they are not breaking the law, they can assist the people of Salisbury against police brutality. It is in order. And I say, you, the people of Dominica, who can assist the people of Salisbury that are now facing police brutality in Salisbury, you should assist whatever means you consider necessary. I said, bye-bye.
Yes, and then we have to look at the unchecked power of this Minister of Security as well. And he must understand that there are consequences for that kind of behavior that we are seeing there in Salisbury.
That's correct. Caller, good evening to you.
So the road was unblocked this afternoon. Just when the police preparing to leave, so the people of Salisbury went back and blocked the road again. That is what is happening.
So how does that justify tear gas in every single villager in the place?
So you look at any point, I'm saying we are not condoning anything that we're saying that the road had to be blocked, I'm saying we are not. So okay, let me know you for a little while. Let me know what you're saying. Go ahead.
So the entire north is cut off.
Mm-hmm.
You have part of that Salisbury constituency, Monratchet and Colibri Street, totally cut off for the whole day.
Mm-hmm.
You have Colleywood, Pioche, Duke Blanc, Portsmouth, Capuchin, all this area down there cannot move because of one little community You guys think it's fair?
But that could have handled so much better. But that could have handled so much better and easier further.
So it was unblocked this afternoon. The police took firebomb, they took stones.
Is it just, I'm going to ask you a question.
The police getting ready to go.
Is it justified, sir, that tonight while the police are
back and block the road again?
Is it justified?
Children cannot go to school. People can't go to work tomorrow morning again because of one community, bro.
Sir, is it justified that tonight, as we speak, that tear gas should be raining down in a community where you have elderly people?
They should go back and block the road.
I'm saying I'm not condoning anything about block road. I'm saying how you treat citizens. Citizens are not animals. Do you think it is right now to rain down tear gas on a community? Innocent community where you have elderly people who have respiratory problems.
Let me help this caller. If the police felt that the road was going to be blocked, why didn't they just simply set up a security perimeter around the road?
On the road or police the road?
That is all they had to do. That's all they had to
police
do.
The road.
Police the road. So the idea that, so it looks like they're setting up deliberately for this and there's no amount of justification for what the police are doing.
I agree.
This is police brutality.
Exactly.
These are consequences. These are serious abuses of human rights, and these matters are being investigated. People have been sent to The Hague. These are serious matters, and our Dominican officials need to be on record. Someday they will not be in office. These are matters that people end up in The Hague for. Those like what we're seeing happening now in Salisbury.
We have another caller right here. Caller, good evening to you.
When you right to block the road and you have
man, you are one of those that are really obstructing you. You are a nuisance in the community, man.
We have another caller.
Yes, caller. Good evening.
Yes, good evening. Good evening.
Good evening to you.
Well, the road isn't blocked, because I just came from work and I come down on a Portsmouth bus. The road isn't blocked. Those police right up in the bush.
That is, you see different stories that coming in.
And they still selling yes. I just reached from work. I just entered my house now. And the neighborhood, everybody had to leave their house and run because gas everywhere.
You cannot do that.
So, caller, where are you right now? Yeah. Are you in Salisbury? Are you in the village of Salisbury?
I just withdrawn. I in Salisbury. I just withdrawn. Those
Okay.
police high up
So
and
you
doing the
drove
everywhere.
from Portsmouth. It is now 9 minutes before 9 o'clock. You just drove 5 or so minutes ago. You drove down from Portsmouth all the way to your home in Salisbury.
I understood that they shot a guy. I don't know where he gets shot. I don't know.
Okay.
Right,
Wow.
right, right.
Okay.
In the night, an operation in the night.
So where are the police now? Are the police still visible in the village?
Huh?
Are the police still visible there in the village of Salisbury?
Yeah, there's no police in the village. But they told me the police hide up in the bush by Laviji side, in the bush that day.
Okay.
And when I was passing, I saw a place up there where they making the culvert. And they said all these police and them they hide up in the station.
Okay. And as we speak, are you hearing any explosions? Are you hearing tear gas going off? Are you hearing sounds of gunshots? Is it quiet?
No.
It's quiet right now in Salisbury.
Yeah, it's quiet. It's quiet right
It's
now.
quiet and the roads are open.
Yeah, the road is clear.
Okay.
Right, good.
All right.
Thanks for this
Colin,
update.
thank you for the update. We really appreciate it. We have been trying to get in touch with some of our regular
We have more
guys,
callers.
and we've not been able to do so. But we appreciate you calling.
Yes, caller.
So, Dr. Fontaine, and this is
Yes, good evening to you,
Good night.
Doctor.
at home and abroad. Good night.
Good night, sir. Good night, sir. You're welcome.
Yes, my name is Johnson Boston.
Yes, sir. Well, thanks for identifying yourself.
Yes, and I want to really extend my support to the people of Salisbury. And these are very hardworking people, productive people, independent people. I mean, Salisbury is the only community in Dominica that people will stand up and speak independently. They're not dependent on anybody for anything because they work hard and they earn. I remember when the Saturday started, Salisbury, and people gave them good savings, their pickups and so on. So these are people I respect. And I would say, though, I mean, policing is a very important thing in the country, and the commissioner of police must be a serious person who can manage the force and have reason in what they do. And what we're seeing, there is no reason in what they're doing. I mean, Hector John, he was a member of parliament. I never knew Hector John to be a drug dealer, a gun dealer, a money launderer, and so on. He's a community person.
Yeah.
And therefore, if you have an issue with Hector John, to have gone in the night and tried to break up his door, to tell him you have a warrant to search his house for guns, something like ammunition, and so. And obviously, the people of the area will stand with the man. I mean, you have to understand that we stand with the man because the man's right is being violated in your bed sleeping, and police turn like thieves now. Because if a person picking up your house is a thief, you know. And you're in your bed, you know, that money laundering, you're not running away, you're not, you know, you have your own boat and you're going to run or your own plane.
Yes.
So you could have wait in the morning and then wait in the morning and 3, 4 officers come to the gentleman and say, we're a warrant and say you're a warrant and therefore, and you search. Why you have to talk about bus of police officers at night? I mean, how are these people thinking? How are they operating and managing the police force, which is the security system of the state?
Yes.
It's a political party, see, you're not talking for the political party in power.
Yes.
For the state. You have to save the government, and government will change at any time, and so forth. And you have to behave properly. And for you to go there at night to harass the man, because, I mean, everybody in Dominica, the commissioner of police now, the deputy, they know Hector John, they know who he is, the attorneys. They know me, they know Thompson, all these people.
Mr. Boston, I know that you're going to have a say. We'll have a different forums to escalate or to elaborate. So, but we have a lot of callers and the program is short.
Yes.
I know. Yes. I'm just yes. We like your voice, you know. We like your voice, but you have to yes.
Yeah, I'm very saddened that the people so we have to go through that.
Yes.
And I had a few of you call, and I mean it's sorrowful to hear that.
Yeah.
But thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much. Have a good night. Yes, caller.
Hi, my nephew. How are you?
How are you? Very good, you know. How are you?
Hello.
Yes, we are hearing you loud and clear.
Yeah.
I'm okay. Good. Yes.
With their this afternoon I was like a ball. Those children bringing me there, they bringing me there, they telling me, let's go close and go. Stand at them on the right side, not like them on the left side, not like them on the back. Tell me, let's go, come on there. Take ya.
Oh my God.
They don't tell story with me.
So sad. We have another caller. Caller, good evening to you.
Yes, sir. Good evening, so good evening, Dr. Fontaine and Davis.
Good evening to you, sir.
Good evening, good evening.
Yes, my brother.
I stand in solidarity with the people from Salisbury. So I had to leave early yesterday because that was my best day. Monday was my best day. I had the flu.
Yes.
And about 1 o'clock, the sun was having a toll on me because, that flu was terrible. So I had to leave early.
That's correct.
And never in my 17 years and 5 months as a police officer, that the police, it had happened before my time, and it never happened during the time I was there. 9 o'clock in the evening, that is the time the people, families retiring to bed. 9 o'clock, they tell me you're going to search somebody's home, and I hear a caller calling you back and forth. The thing is that why is Salisbury blocked? Because the people are standing in solidarity with one of their own. Hector was retiring with his son, 9 o'clock. 2 busloads of policemen at his home saying, you searching for whatever you're searching for. Why couldn't you come this morning? And that is what that incensed the people. Why the Salisbury is blocked. And then the thing is but let me tell you something, Robin Blackmore. You have to face your time in the Hague. You have to face your time in the Hague. Power is transitory. Power doesn't last forever. And you know that. You think you will be Minister of National Security all the time? You will face your time in the court in the Hague. And you will be answerable to the people of Salisbury.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, caller.
I'm just upset.
Yeah, I know. Good evening, caller. Another caller. The callers are coming in and rolling in. We want to hear the opinions of others. Yes. Good evening to you.
Hey, blessed evening.
Yes, to you as well.
Hey, so, and the rest of you guys in the studio.
Good evening to you, sir.
Good evening.
I find you putting it very gentle about crime. That is an atrocity against humanity.
Atrocity.
And it's not the first time these guys have done that to Salisbury.
Yeah.
And we're taking it very gently. Let me reach out to the other brothers in Marigot, in Wesley, in wherever we are, brother and Congress of Dominica. We cannot allow that nonsense to keep going on. We are living now in a police state. We cannot speak. Yesterday, so the majority of the people by the protest yesterday were elderly people.
I realize a lot of women as well.
And the amount of stones that this police was sending and tear gas have these people running.
Yes.
We cannot continue that nonsense, man. So.
Yeah.
Dominican people have to start to stand. We have to take back our country. That kind of level of abuse, we have to stop it. And the leader is a wicked man. He's a very wicked man. And I have told you guys so before. Freedom will never be given to the enslaved upon demand. It is only for struggle and sacrifices we have to make to take back our country. I wouldn't be much longer because I know other people want to call.
Yes.
But Dominica, rise up. People, rise up. People, stand up for our rights. Have a blessed night.
A blessed night. Caller, you on?
Good evening, gentlemen. Ronald Charles here.
Hey, Attorney at Law.
Ronald Charles.
Attorney at Law.
I know you're pressed for time, and I'm also not here in the reception.
Yes, but the people want to hear you. Yes.
I'm up in Granby, and just to advise the Dominican people who are concerned about the young people, or I could say the persons who were arrested. The gentleman at the Granby police station, again, I had a brief discussion with him. I can't go in details, but he's okay. He's in good spirit. And hopefully his interview will be done in the morning in the Roseau area. So we had a chat, and then tomorrow we'll continue the interview with him. He just continuously say to people to be strong. Democratic rights is democratic rights. Notwithstanding that, he's always of the notion that persons must always be conscious of their rights and to be able to stand up for what their rights are. And he's basically being bars tonight and for the last couple of days for standing up. So we will see how it goes. We cannot get into details. I must admit that the circumstance at the Grand Bay police station is fair. It's reasonable. They're quite accommodating. So I will leave it as is. The two other prisoners in Roseau, I had a discussion with them. I believe I expressed those sentiments to Dr. Fountain. I'm not too sure if he briefed you all on it. But
Yes,
all
I
in
did.
all, that is what it is. There is a high probability that the prisoners may be released tomorrow. Maybe I use that as my quotation. May be released because circumstances change all the time. And I had a good rapport with the investigating officers, and we're hoping to see them out tomorrow.
Yes, we continue to thank you for the work that you do and to at least, show solidarity and support. And that is in time of need. Patriotic Dominicans who have been trying their best and you have been doing a great job, attorney at law. Thank you for the work that you do and continue to do. Yes.
Take care. God bless.
Have a good night. Yes, caller, you are on. Good evening.
Caller.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Good evening to you.
So, good night to everybody. You almost do a serious overhauling of all the system because what happened yesterday in the parliament at yes from the senator from Marigot, dude, there is a man that the police had arrested some years ago for blocking Pigwa Bridge for protesting for people not to come in to vote illegally. And now you're talking about you see some things in it that good. What about the thing you were arrested for many years ago? Did you see that in it that was good? Did you see a change? No. And this was the very gentleman that some of you in the top of brass of all the party, some of all you supported him to be the leader of the party, or you forget just the other day, or you have member pool, or you yourself have member pool. That is why we are where we are. Thank you.
Have a good night, caller.
You take that.
Good evening. Good evening. Do we have another caller? Yes. Good evening. Yeah, caller. Yes, we are already out of time, but we'll take a few calls before we wind down. Yes.
Hello.
Good evening to you, sir.
Good evening. So, sir,
Yes, sir.
what we waiting for when 10, 15, 20 body bags lie down there, then we'll say things is serious in Dominica? So Scary don't know peace now. So Scary only know that he have to stay in power to keep making his money and prevent himself from going to jail. Scary don't take in nothing for peace. He don't come in and say peace. He don't tell nobody put peace there. It's what Scary want in Dominica. We want some body bags on the ground before we say then Scary mean business. So when are we going to stand up for Dominica and for our people and for our generation to come?
Yes, it's a very good question, and we are already.
So we have a lot of things to stop and stand and think about now, So it's not easy in Dominica right now, now,
Yeah, I know.
So we need to stop and think and stop talking on radio and do act and do what we have. We have to take care of Dominica and then we'll fix Dominica. I keep telling all you that. Or you must do what all you have to do and then fix Dominica. If we have to do everything peaceful, Scary will wipe us out. Or
Yes.
you need to stand up. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. We heard you. Yes, and we're in this together. Yes, caller, we'll take a few more calls before we actually put out the curtains on the program. Good evening to you. Caller? Doc, we haven't taken a break. I think we should. You are great. This song by Steve Krong. We'll play it after. Okay. Caller, good evening. I mean, we need a little.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir. Good evening, sir. Good evening to you.
I know don't come that way, partner.
Boy.
I cannot stand because I thought we put a government there for people to save the country, not to fight on the people.
Not to brutalize the people. Not to brutalize the people. Yeah.
What I'm trying to say is that, brother man. We are using power. We are carrying power. They want to fight among people like that. There's giving their views, expressing their views. They want to fight among people like that. They want doing that. They're showing love for country. You know what I mean? But them man, they're fighting for power because they fit to lose what they have. They're trying to run the state, evil state. The man is very concerned about people. The man is not concerned about themselves and their wealth, vanity, material things. That'll bring them anywhere. You're not going to know if material things in your partner. They don't make any sense like I want people. So the people, these people, they don't go and beg nobody for nothing. All right? They are looking family people, and this is why they trying to affect them and utilize them. And that's what happened in Brother Man. But there's a mighty God watching everything that happening in Dominica. And I think that's for time, Brother Man. Yes.
Thank you. Thank you. Doc, we'll take about 3 more calls and yes. Yes. Hello, caller. Good evening to you.
A question. I would really like to know that policeman that was pelting stones there, William, if he's going to be charged for pelting stones. I would really like to know that because William should be charged for pelting stones because that's not supposed to be his job. Bye-bye.
Yeah, good question. Investigation is investigation. He must be investigated as well.
And also, will they charge our protester with throwing projectiles and not charge this
exactly.
one?
So it's even interesting to see this one. Good evening. There's another call.
Hey, good evening.
Yes, good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Yes, good evening to you.
What's up, Thompson?
All right, good. Doing okay.
Okay, I just went live on Facebook, so I saw you guys at the station. I saw so and you, but I'm not too sure who's the other person with you.
Mr. Davis George. I'm the caretaker for the People's Constituency.
Yes. I'm in Salisbury right about now.
Right.
Live in the village.
Okay.
So I wanted to give you guys a feedback of what's going on down there.
Yes, please do. Yes, please do.
Yeah. Well, hold on. Let me just get away from these people a few.
Right.
Yeah. Well, it's a tense situation, and the good thing about it is the people are fed up, and they are there.
Are the people in their homes?
Say that again.
Are the people in their homes?
Are they on the streets?
People on the streets.
On the
streets. On the streets, and the police on the main road, but the village is very active and alive because people, it seems like they are tired and they are fed up. Not too long, the police burst some tear gas and stuff like that. So it's a back and forth situation.
Okay,
but,
and
here with them, and it's like a frustration thing. If they do not believe the government, want to complain that they want to see a few of you all, at this pass. Don't be scared. I am there. I know the police will target me when I leave in, but still we are there.
All right, and we thank you. We thank you for that. Have you heard of any injury to anyone in the course of the day today?
Yeah, well, they had not too long ago, but the guy is that they shot a guy in his knee, Egbert. So he's at the health center.
Shot the guy.
So who shot Egbert?
Well, we're not too sure if it's live or rubber, but he did get a shot in his knee.
Mm-hmm.
So he's in the health center at present. So I'm gonna check him out as soon as I finish talking to you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But I don't understand what is the aggression about. And the Prime Minister said that he's loved. If you're so loved, why is so much discontent in the country? Something is fundamentally wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Something is wrong. Something is wrong because the amount of people I'm seeing there since I came here this afternoon, I am surprised. And the young people, they are very irritated with the system. So,
but is the road on the highway? Is it still blocked or is it unblocked? Or?
Well, it was blocked. Then they unblocked it earlier. They burst the gas. They block it again. And so right about now it's unblocked. But a lot of police on the bus stop, in the bushes, and eventually every 30 minutes they keep on bursting the gas. So we are there running back and forth, if anything. I'm just a media person, but I'm there.
So are there local police or these members of the RSS in action?
Well,
there?
I haven't seen no RSS came earlier, a guy with a Bayesian tag. So I guess he came to assess the situation, but so far everything is done by local police.
Yeah, and you talk about intermittent, on letting off of tear gas, and so is it because at one time you have a crowd coming back to the police, or is it that they just do that intermittently?
Yeah, it's that because usually the police will go back, then the people come back,
Oh, I
and
see.
stuff like that. But they said that the police said they're gonna be here. They're gonna come back 3 o'clock, and people decide that they're gonna stay here.
Wow.
They're gonna wait. So whenever they burst the tear gas, the people move back and stuff like that. But I haven't seen people relenting there. But they're there.
Oh,
I don't know what Salisbury people have. They have energy, but Bumbo, that I don't know.
Yes.
Yeah.
It shows the resilience of the people because, at one time, but so sad to see the onslaught on the Salisbury people and the atrocities committed against the people of Salisbury.
Yeah.
And thanks for the report. We appreciate and do stay safe.
Yeah, I will. Hopefully, when I'm leaving, they don't attack me like the last time in 2017.
Yeah, well, don't worry. Yeah, God is good.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah.
Have a great night.
No problem. Take it. Yeah,
Thank
we
you,
have to
sir.
check the guy up in the health center, so take it easy.
Yes,
Okay, then.
thanks. Yes, thanks
All right.
again. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, so sad.
All right. Well, still a very tense situation there in Salisbury. We hope and pray that common sense will prevail, that, the people are given their rights onto them, which is to protest peacefully. And I hope that this is allowed them and that there will not be any further violence there in the village of Salisbury as people stand up, which they're entitled to do under Article 1.1b of our Constitution. They can associate, they can stand in the street all night long if they wish. That is guaranteed under our Constitution. So let's hope that things cool out there in Salisbury and that we have no further injury to the people. We are taking this final call.
Yes, final call. Good evening, caller. You are lucky.
Hello.
Yes, good evening, sir.
Yeah, what are you waiting for? Now is the right time to take over the country. What are you waiting for? The country is supposed to be shut now. What happened to Dominican? The country is supposed to shut now. Now is the right time to take back our country.
Yes, caller, we've heard you.
Salisbury showing the solidarity and nobody not joining with Salisbury. Now is the time. Show Skerrit. He's Dominican, not his own. All right then. Good night.
Yeah, have a good night, caller. Well, Doc, we've last final. Yes, final. We see a final. Yes, thank you. Good night.
So you're going to correct that caller who's advocating over.
Sir, we do not have time for this arbitrary talk right now. You seem to be a nuisance in every community you go. Yes. Caller, good evening. Caller?
Good evening. So good evening, Dr. Fontaine.
Yes, good evening to you.
Good evening.
I'm calling because I have something in my mind. You see all that happening in Salisbury there tonight?
Yes.
By 2 months or next month or the month after, they will still take them to the court. That is to show you how criminal the police force is. They will still take them to court because that is how alone they can get rid of them. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, so this is it. Yes. So let me just say good night to everyone. Thanks for everyone calling. So Dave, your closing remark there tonight, because we really have to, keep our people,
Yes. So I just want to call on the police force. The police force, they were meant, when they were trained to protect lives and property. Right? And I'm not seeing that happening within the police force. And I am just calling on them. You all are Dominicans.
Yes.
You all are your brother, my brother. I went to school together with you. I went to school together with my uncle. You understand that kind of thing? We all know each other.
Right.
We all know where each other lives.
One family.
You understand what I'm saying?
Small country.
You are there to protect both sides. Right?
Lives and
both
property.
sides. I mean, those who support, those who are against, you are there to support both sides. So I am saying, and I am putting out my voice out there, and asking the policemen to please consider those things. You will be a policeman once in your lifetime. Twice you'll be a civilian. Consider those things. Like the young man who broke my windscreen. He will be a policeman just once. Just once in his lifetime, he's going to be a policeman. He will be a civilian twice. All right? Take that into consideration, the police officers.
Dr. Fontaine?
Just to say goodnight to the people, especially the people of Salisbury that are under attack at this time and under siege by the police. We pray that the good sense will prevail, and let's remind the police that at all times they must respect persons' human right to demonstrate, persons' human right to dissent, persons' human right to assemble with other, to associate. Let's respect the rights of the Dominican public, and let's respect the rights of everyone. Salisbury, stay strong. God bless you all. Have a wonderful night, Dominica.
Yes, on this time we will be playing this song because there's only one great man, the Heavenly Father, who cares for all of us. Salisbury, hold strong, and solidarity with you. Have a good night, everyone. Thanks for all those who call. Till next time, be great. Good night.